Salut pour tous et soyez les bienvenus dans le programme Planète Équitable avec REDD Zanetti. We are talking about the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and the Conference of Parties number 28, which will take place in Abu Dhabi between 3rd of November and 12th December this year. The supervisory board is now gathered in Bonn, Germany, in order to fill out the last documents to be approved by the CMA. The conference members of the Paris Agreement should be voting in order to put the market forward, the global regulated market. We already know about the political agenda. We start talking about greenhouse gas inventory, and now I'm addressing the issue of deforestation. Deforestation has been falsely, fakely attributed to greenhouse gas emissions in tropical countries, which is not true. What happens is that, people within our countries, within developing tropical countries, they identify the areas where the infrastructure is developing, where land use change is occurring, where agricultural, cattling or silvicultural practices are being implemented, and people channelize international money in order to stop this sustainable development. So it is a bribe that is paid by international investors or international companies interested on stopping the sustainable development of tropical regions. They don't want infrastructure, they don't want agricultural, cattle, silviculture, they don't want any activity taking place. So they came up with a scheme for doing that. They send money to political corruption. I'm sorry, there are a lot of them in tropical countries, which will take this money and distribute among the corrupted media. I'm sorry to tell you, there is also a corrupted media, and they will enforce this movement. So they get the money and do all these conferences and all those talks, and they use the local army, the local forces, the local institutions to act against the people that are trying to sustain or develop their territories. And this REDD Plus scheme doesn't have place any longer in the international agreements. We cannot act against sustainable development. We must include people, and food and poverty are the main issues that we should address on the sustainable development goals. And the REDD Plus scheme is against sustainable development, has no place in the future global regulatory market. Let God's peace and the love that builds be our weapons on the daily struggle for justice. REDD Zanetti for tous les amis africains.